So hello,
It looks
everybody.
like it started at the same time. It's hard to tell because your screen is like lagging slightly.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Harvest Moon, the Tree of Tranquility. I'm MS500 Silent, and I have Ember with me again, like last episode.
Hello.
In last episode, she was here, and we dealt with the interrupting recording, which was quite annoying. And right now, we got more lady callers, as you can see. There's Crabstance's favorite.
She's good. Oh, that makes sense now. She has such a seductive look on her face. Of course, he likes her more.
Yeah, he's got that thing for redheads.
Oh.
Apparently.
Nice. That's a big egg.
Mm-hmm. It's actually bigger than her head.
I'd hate to be the chicken that laid that.
No, yeah. Excuse any kind of loud background noises. I am in the middle of a restaurant. Luckily, as I'm allowed to talk, it's a public location. Ain't gonna do nothing to me.
It's a fast food restaurant. Nobody cares.
Yeah, at least there's not like a lot of loud people talking and stuff. I figured once I got started and got past the introduction, it'll be easy. How many?
Your character's suddenly a chicken magnet.
I know. Well, this was like since I was skipping days. This is the compilation of multiple days. So, in the span of maybe 5 or something game days, 3 people showed up, which is actually really uncommon. I think my lip is bleeding.
Oh, that's not good. Did you bite it?
Oh, there's Hamilton. Oh, hey, good morning. How have you been? Oh, I need to get in scratch here. I'm here because I wanted to tell you about this Keck School is low at the Harvest Festival.
Is he in all the Harvest Moon games?
No, just this one in Hannibal Parade, I believe. The Harvest Festival, just the wee ones. The Harvest Festival is a time to celebrate the year's harvest and to give thanks to the bounty of the land we live on. This is so awkward to do in public. There's also a cooking contest. He threw down the gauntlet. You should enjoy a dish. That is, if you think we've got it takes to compete. No, now he threw it down.
He threw it down.
It starts at 9 a.m. to the middle near Brownie Ranch. I'll be waiting for you. I wish I could have done that voice much better. Oh,
it's
and then that's
okay.
me showing the little harvest birds dancing at the end of the thing. Now,
Let's
I
go.
guess officially the game's debut has begun. That was like 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes of pre-episode stuff.
Okay, so that didn't actually just happen. He just dreamed it, and he knew that was gonna happen because he had a dream of it.
Nah, his life just played in highlights, which would be nice if everybody's life did that.
That would be interesting. I had a really weird dream last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of unexplainable though. The only thing that I can even remotely begin to explain is that it had something to do with the future. Somebody's house burnt down and there was assassins involved.
Assassins, huh?
Yeah, like
Wow.
ninja assassins.
Actually, if you probably may recall, but like maybe not exactly this moment. This is one of the episodes that you actually watched me like record, but like not actually with voice. Like you watched me skip everything.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, I think, was that the night where I was playing, like, I was playing a game, was it Wind Waker? Because you were bored and I was just talking to you because you were waiting for all this stuff to be finished.
Yeah, exactly. It was either Wind Waker or it was Code Lyoko.
Yeah, it might have been Code Lyoko. I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, I did it 2 nights, and you were there both nights. One night was you were doing Wind Waker, and one night you were doing Code Lyoko, so it's hard to say which was which.
Then it was both.
I had to just say it was more likely Wind Waker, I think, since this is a little earlier in the recording sessions and stuff. But it's hard to say.
Yeah. I think it was like getting, I was doing the map thing, getting rid of the map squares.
Yeah, which it's hard to say whether or not you'll bring that into fruition. I still think you might want to just consider continuing until you actually have a reason to stop, but that's just me.
Yeah, I understand. I put a lot of thought into it though, but it's just that like there's so much stuff going on now. I don't like it's like being on a boat and there's like a storm about to go on. Like you can see a storm in the distance and you're like, I'm not sure if that storm's gonna be here or not, but just in case I'm gonna put the sails down.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of a weird metaphor to use, but I like using metaphors.
Well, it seems oddly fitting since you're talking about Wind Waker, I suppose.
Yeah, I didn't even intentionally do that, but...
I don't know if you can see the cow's head very well, but like, I always thought the way their hair looks when the cows are growing up, they look like toupees on their head.
I'm actually a human. Don't touch me.
Oh, I didn't touch you, it was just a brush. There's Jeffrey.
No, that's goat free.
There. I've seen different, the spelling of his name just looks wrong. Jeffrey's name looks wrong. To be honest, all spellings of Jeffrey to me look wrong with a G.
Really?
To me, it just looks like it's supposed to be spelled with a J. It could be just me.
I can understand that too. If I were to spell Jeffrey, like in a video game, if I were to name something Jeffrey, I would use a J, but like, no matter which way I were to spell it, I'd be like, it doesn't look right.
That's the weird thing, like sometimes your mind will play tricks on you thinking you don't know how to spell something even if you do. And it's like,
oh god, that happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
I'll spell something right, and then I'll be like, wait, no, that's wrong. Then I'll switch it, and then I'll be like, no, that's wrong.
I did that today with the word tongue. I put it to Wendy for some reason. I said it to Wendy like in text, and I spelled tongue. But the thing is, I spelled it right the first one, and like, no, it's not right. I spelled it the wrong way, which is the way I always spell it. Which is, he's like, you spelled it wrong again. Because
it's always embarrassing when it happens.
I've gotten kind of used to it. Ridiculed for my spelling by my friends over the years, kind of giving me immunity to it for the most part.
Oh god, you know what's weird? Like, all my friends that I've grown up with, which are mostly internet friends, I would spell stuff wrong and nobody ever, like, corrected me, so I'd be like, oh, that must be the right way to spell it. So, like, I spelled wrapped, like, you know, wrapping a present, I spelled it like raped all the time, and nobody ever corrected me until this one day I spelled it to my brother, and he was like, you spelled it wrong, and I was like, oh, wait. Did I? And he's like, you spelled raped. No, he said, this is, and then he was like, it's wrapped with a W. And I was like, I was spelling it wrong this whole time and nobody said anything.
They probably
they probably thought it was funny.
Probably. Cooking eggs. I was about to comment on something that you were just talking about, and I can't remember what I was going to say.
You bringing eggs to the...
No. Remember, we decided to go with the stewed yams. Remember we talked about that?
I remember now.
I'll get to talking about that later, though, in the recording, though, when it actually becomes relevant, because people are like, what? We're spoiling the future. You'll see in like 10 minutes in this video, maybe. Something like that. Crap, I'm gonna say. To be honest, I mean, I was gonna do this episode with you anyway, but I was actually planning on meeting someone else and doing a recording here today, but they didn't show up. I scheduled this meeting like over a week ago, and they didn't show up today. I'm like, oh dear.
Aw, poor Rem.
And
every person that you try to schedule, like, to do a co-commentary with just, like, doesn't show up. Like, they don't even say, oh, I can't today. They're just like, I'm not gonna come at all.
I know, he told me that he would be there today, and I'm like, ah. And then they're like, there's Ember to the rescue. So I would have probably...
Because I don't have a life right now, so I'm always, like, around.
Well, I would have had you for this episode, whether that person showed up or not, just because you're more reliable. I would have had them in a later episode, I think. Oh yeah, spoilers. I have future guests planned.
Oh no.
Oh no. But I think no, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, even if I did like have a job right now, which for people who are watching this and they're confused, I don't have a job. I'm gonna try and need a job for like 4 months now. Even if I did have a job, I think I'd still be like pretty reliable because I really wouldn't have anything else to do except for go to work and then come home and play video games.
There you go. And I've been looking for work since I started Let's Playing, actually. As long as I've been Let's Playing, I've been out of work and I needed work. I had a random day of work a couple days ago.
Yeah, well, I guess it's better than nothing.
I do wonder how and I'll say it now because I mean, everyone's seen it by now. I do wonder how everyone's enjoying the Banjo Kazooie. Everyone, it seems, other than maybe this game, this is so far, Banjo's been one of the quickly growing episodes, views and things. Like it's like episode 1 had like 20 views like 2 or 3 days after it was put up, which I think for me is a why?
It's because like nobody ever Let's Plays Banjo Kazooie. The only people that I know of who actually did do it was Nintendo Capri Sun and this one person called Game Guy 8088.
Really? You think?
And not only that, but they're not blind Let's Plays. They're Let's Plays of the game that they've already done the game and they've played it before, they've seen it before. You are doing a Let's Play of a game that nobody Let's Plays and you're doing it blind, so that's probably makes everybody go, must watch.
I mean, as much as people talk about it, I thought everybody Let's Played that game. I thought it was like super popular and one of the more overdone LPs. I didn't know.
I've tried to look it up, and there's just like no. I mean, there's a couple of them done by like, just like regular old noob Let's Players, I guess. And like, but that's like it. Pikmin 2 is another one that's like not Let's Played like ever. I've looked up a couple Let's Plays of that, and I didn't find many Let's Plays.
So is that how you found your one friend? My gosh, look at that. Oh, man.
You mean Ocarina of Surge? He's not actually my friend. I'm just kind of like a fan of him.
You see
that? Yeah, that's how I found him.
Look at these huge crops with a giant watermelon and a pumpkin.
It's just like Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, no, it looked just like a Mario Sunshine watermelon. And now we're gonna play another mini game where we just whack moles.
Whack-a-mole. Oh, you know what? You know what is kind of like messed up that my brother pointed out one time while I was playing Super Mario Sunshine?
What?
You know the level with the watermelons where you have to roll them down the stupid hill and past the cataquacks?
Yes.
Well, the watermelon contest is being held by this like really dark skinned Pianta, and I was playing the game one day, and my brother was like, he was sitting on the couch watching me. He was like, "Oh my god," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "That Pianta," and I was like, "What about the Pianta?" And he's like, "He's black," and I was like, "So?" And my brother's like, "You don't get what I'm saying, do you?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "It's a stereotype that black people like watermelons." And I was like, "It is?" And he's like, "Yes." And I was like,
leave it to Nintendo to do all the racist stuff. I'm serious.
Yeah, but I seriously didn't know that was a stereotype.
I didn't either.
To be honest, I'm not fully sure that it is because I haven't heard anyone else aside from my brother say anything about it. But I was so shocked. I was like, "Oh my god, Nintendo, are you kidding me?"
I think I may have. See, now this is like, I really enjoyed this game. Well, there's a black hole, speaking of which, black things. But like, this was like a really fun game. Like one of the few I was actually good at. Because there was so far Let's Plays I have a running trend of whenever I play a mini game, I suck at it terribly. It's been consistent up until this game where I'm kind of dominating all the other computer characters. But like, I've always thought, I think I've heard of that reference about like black people liking watermelon, whatever, is like a racist thing. But I'm thinking, dude, everybody likes watermelon, not just black people. That just means black people have good taste. You've never had watermelon?
Nope.
Oh, you need to sometime.
Yeah, I was watching an anime, and like in the anime they had like chunks of like this really thin watermelon, like actual watermelon, but it looked like it was in the shape of like a popsicle, and I was like, that looks really good.
What the heck? Oh man, that giant mole is killing everybody. Oh man, the king mole King Monty Mole just beat everybody, but I win because I had the most points at the end.
And then everyone died.
They literally did. They all got killed by moles.
We used to have moles at our house. They're weird. They make giant like dirt piles, but the dirt piles don't have holes in them. They're covered up because the moles are sensitive to light.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
And my family was confused for a long time. It's like, who's dumping dirt in our yard? And it's like, no, that's a mole. That's a molehill.
Oh, but I guess my brother noticed this is like the Harvest Festival. Hamilton was talking about at the beginning of the episode. It's basically, its main draw is the cooking festival, like Hamilton said. And you can come here, everybody who attends, they'll give you some kind of recipe. Like Hamilton here is like, let me teach you my recipe. Well, potatoes in a pot, that's it. Sometimes you don't need fancy ingredients to make a delicious dish.
That is really true.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, I just recently made some, remember that ham and broccoli, like, croissant thing that I showed you?
Yeah, I have
that came out so good.
I need to find that link again. I don't think I ever opened it. I thought I did.
Really?
And then there's like cabbage and the Asian pot. Yeah, there's like plenty of food items you can buy here at the festival. But I think I needed some. Oh, don't call me a slacker, Craig. You're just jealous.
Excuse me, sir.
Although he's selling seeds. Seeds for the winter. Because this is one of the few Harvest Moon games where you can grow crops in the winter, which doesn't make sense. I used to think like, oh, it's climate. That explains it. But then again, snow accumulates, so it kind of defeats the purpose. I don't understand.
And that's video game logic for you.
There you go, every time. Harvest
Yeah.
Moon logic. Oh man, if you play some of the older Harvest Moon games are known for their notorious spelling errors in game text.
Really?
Oh yeah, like
They have typos?
at least the older ones, yeah. A lot of the older ones have typos.
Huh.
We're having a cooking contest today, so you can enter a dish until 4 p.m. See, I didn't actually know about that. If had I known, because I probably would have done it sooner. Now we're gonna head back to the house and make something, I believe. But when you were mentioning about like racist comments and stuff, I think there was a racist moment in this Harvest Moon game, in a Harvest Moon game as well. And Friends of Mineral Town and more Friends of Mineral Town, the Game Boy Advance title of Harvest Moon. There was like one black character in the whole game, I think.
Wow.
And well, no, that's not necessarily uncommon. I mean, especially considering like you're in Japan and blacks aren't very common in Japan, as far as I understand. But
Yeah, that's true.
But not only is he like the only character like that in the game, and it's usually a common thing for if there is a black character in Harvest Moon, there's only one of them. But like he seemed to be like the subject of this one character's anger all the time. For no,
Really?
It would seem for no apparent reason. He's just being overprotective of his sister, but he's judging him as being bad news because he's like kind of like a drifter. He shows up only in the summer, runs a store, and then he's gone the whole entire rest of the year. He thinks he's bad news for his sister.
Nintendo. I think they put racial crap in like almost all of their games, especially games like Pokemon. Although when they do it in Pokemon, I don't think they're purposely trying to be racist. They're just trying to base Pokemon off of other cultures because it's interesting.
Yeah, I think the only real bad racial one I think was Jinx. I think, which is why I think
People
Jinx's
made
skin
like
is now
a
purple.
huge ordeal about Jinx, and I'm pretty sure the story behind Jinx is that it's based off of. I think it actually is based off of something from Japanese mythology, and that's why they put her in there. But people saw it as like Nintendo, like being racist against black people, so they threw a huge fit. So they changed her skin to like purple because it used to be black.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be based off of something from Japanese mythology, though. And they weren't actually being racist.
And then there was something about how Kadabra used to have a star of David on his forehead, not a normal star.
Really?
Yeah, one of Kadabra's earlier designs was a star. I think he has it in the original Pokemon games. By the way, this is where I'm looking around in my fridge, desperately trying to find something to cook.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like I could not think of anything. And then I don't know if it hits me just yet. It hits me to stew yams, which I'll explain that story here in a moment. But like, yeah, and then crap, I had another train of thought, and it's gone now. Oh, that's right. No, I didn't go straight to stew yams. I was going to attempt to stir fry in this game first.
Oh, I love stir fry.
And it backfired. Now, you can make stir fry in this game, but because I used too many ingredients or incompatible ones, it didn't turn out so well, as you'll see here in a minute. It makes perfect sense to use all these things in a stir fry, and depending which Harvest Moon game you're playing, it works, but this one does not. As we'll see here in a second.
The only thing,
Purple
I don't know how I can mess
spaghetti.
up stir fry. It looks like spaghetti.
It does. Weird that she's been added to the recipe list. It's
How
because
do you mess up stir fry?
if you don't do a recipe according straight to the book, like if you don't follow it ingredient for ingredient, straying from it will result in a failure. That's why it didn't work, because if I just fried corn or eggplant or tomato on their own individually, it would be stir fry, but for some reason combining them does not compute, so it registers as a failure, which is kind of stupid. But if you were to play something like Magical Melody for the GameCube, that's another Harvest Moon game, you could combine as many items as you want in the stir fry. It's just kind of wasteful, because it doesn't actually increase the price or the taste or whatever of the food, which is kind of weird.
I see.
And
I'm glad real life doesn't work like that, because if it did, then all the food that, like almost all the food that I would make would be like crap, because I like to do weird like experiments with my food.
There you go. And there's like my most famous catchphrase dish, stewed yams. Because everybody loves my stewed yams. And the thing about that story, I already explained it to you, but I'm going to explain it to the viewers. Because, is that back when I used to play a lot of Magical Melody for the GameCube, kind of nice segue because we're just talking about it, that to try and make friends as the villagers, I was always trying to find gifts to give them, and it's not always easy in that game. It's like another one of the games where wildflowers are hard to find in the mountains. Like, remember you being talking about that? I picked these for you.
I picked these flowers for you.
But, and it's hard to do that in this game as well. Actually, in Magical Melody as well. So I'm always trying to find new ideas for gifts. And in Magical Melody, Yams like grow back once every other day. So they grow really quick at the beginning. So there's just, I always have, tons and tons of them. They don't sell for very much. So cooking them usually results in more money. But I figured since I have so many, I need to make friends with people, I would just give them out. And like 9 times out of 10, they would have a positive reaction, or at least or a loving reaction. It never seemed to be below positive. It rarely went to neutral. I don't think I ever got a negative reaction out of them. So
the characters really liked your stewed yams.
Yes, they did, and that's kind of where it happened, because since everyone liked them, I would say to when my sisters were around, I'd be like, "Oh, everybody loves stewed yams." It would freak them out because of the deep way I would say it. They'd be like trying to sound sexual or something. It was weird. And I loved doing it because it made them think that there wasn't. But I loved making them sweat like that. It was hilarious. And I know. Yeah, exactly. Anything in that voice is creepy. Same with the Professor Oak voice.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I was so close, but I didn't make it back to the ranch in time to enter the cooking festival, which is fine. My stewed yams are too good for these guys anyway. It just blew everybody out of the water, make them feel bad. So that's okay. I'll just give it to some sweet chick, some in another episode or something. Oh, the carrots look like giant candy corn.
That would be yummy. Just giant candy corn. Sorry about my dog.
Nah, that's fine. I'm sorry about the restaurant. Well, a lot of these. Look at all the random vegetables. Look, I'm looking at the yams. I'm assuming that's.
Do people even get to eat any of that food at the festival, or they just look at it and go, "That looks yummy"?
I would assume they buy it and stuff, and they sell it and stuff as like a group, kind of like a fair type of thing, and then they just have a contest along with it, I guess. Maybe it's a Japanese thing, but it's a Harvest Moon thing to have like harvest festivals or something. I think it's the equivalent of Thanksgiving in Harvest Moon world.
I see.
So
well,
it's
people
like
all over the world do stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, so it's like
it's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, so everybody just kind of comes together and they have like a whole town-wide Thanksgiving thing. Friends of Mineral Town and Harvest Moon DS has had the most active participation of characters, since nearly the whole town shows up and they all throw ingredients to a giant stew pot, and then they just kind of eat it. It's almost like what you might say in like stone soup or something, like you just kind of throw ingredients in and hope it turns out wonderfully. And only a few ingredients can be thrown in that actually mess it up, like toadstools being one of them. And the winner of the contest is it's Chase, Mr. Suave Pink Hair. He's like
Mr. Pink Hair?
He has pinkish hair. I used to think it was orange, but it's pink.
He's Link in disguise.
Link?
Yeah, have you ever played Link to the Past?
Yeah, Link to the Past, that's right. He has purple, pinkish hair in that game, or at least it looks like it.
Yeah. I don't think it's actually canon that he has pink hair, but in the game the pixels are like pinkish.
I always thought.
And he turns into a pink bunny too. So.
Oh yeah, well, I always thought they were. That makes sense when you think about it that way, but I always thought it was supposed to be the brim of his hat. I thought.
That's what I originally thought it was too, and so people started making fun of like Link's pink hair, and then I was like, it does look like it's pink.
Yeah. You know, I heard somewhere that they're making a Link to the Past 2 for the 3DS.
Oh yeah, they are. I have a video like on YouTube. I can link it to you so you can watch it. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I'll have to see it later.
And I never beat A Link to the Past either, so I need to like get on that eventually before I play the new game, which I probably won't for a long time, but you know.
I think I downloaded the Game Boy Advance version for my emulator. I might try at some point to do a Let's Play of that. I actually have only played through Link to the Past one time to completion, and it wasn't even a full completion. Like, I didn't even know items like the Magic Cape and the Cane of Samoria even existed.
Oh, you got farther than I did.
I finished the game, I just didn't get a lot of the bonus stuff.
I see. I can't get past the eyeball monster. It was like one giant eyeball and it's surrounded by a bunch of little ones. I cannot kill that stupid thing.
I remember it being a real pain in the butt, but I also know by watching lots of Let's Plays of it that the Cane of Samoria kind of cripples it pretty much because it can't hurt you.
Yeah, like the last time I played it, I don't think.
Oh wait, no, you mean the.
I don't think I have the cape, or I didn't use like special items to try to kill it. I was trying to kill it with my sword, and I was being stupid.
Right. I didn't mean to imply you were being stupid.
No, I understand.
Right. I was waiting for this to kind of get back on the topic of this game, actually, because it seems every time we talk, you talk about something else other than the game we're watching. But it's only natural. You don't know enough about Harvest Moon to...
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's the reason why I do that.
But it's okay. Normally I would just be kind of rambling on my own anyway. I mean, I wouldn't have enough commentary on my own to fill this whole episode, so it's fine. I just randomly talk about stuff anyway, so... But like... Yes, random rainbows. I do wonder if anyone else can really see them. I know they can make notice of them. I do wonder if they're just obviously there right in the middle of the open.
Yeah, well, I would think if I could see them, then everyone else should be able to see them.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think everyone can see them. I think only we can walk on them because we're special.
We're special.
Yes.
No, the Harvest Goddess just likes you better.
Yes. She's like totally got the hots for the main character.
Oh god.
I don't know if
you just marry the Harvest Goddess.
Actually, I don't know about this game in particular, but I do know in most Harvest Moon games the Harvest Goddess is actually marriageable, but it's like
really
ridiculous conditions to do that. It's like really ridiculous. It's like honestly, I think it's more trouble than it's worth. It's more like I guess for a lack of a better description term, it's like she's basically like a trophy wife almost. Because I don't think she's ever really like in Friends of Mineral Town. She's never really there, like hardly at all. She only shows up during special events or birthdays or whatever. She shows up, and then there's like certain scenes where with your child, she'll show up for it, and then afterwards she'll leave, saying it's up to you or something. And it's like, wow, what a bad parent.
Oh god.
She's mostly just...
I guess she is like a trophy wife then. That's
yeah,
kind of messed up if you think about it.
Yeah. But like
would that mean that your child would be like the next Harvest Goddess or god?
I don't know. Unless it's like on the mortal half. I don't know. I've never really thought about it that way.
They would be like a demigod then. That'd be cool.
Demigod child. And then he grows older. He's like, who was my father? He was a farmer. Oh.
Well, you think the child would grow up with the human counterpart, not the god one.
Well, right.
Because
but
the
still.
god's just like, you know what, I have better stuff to do than take care of this kid. So
I have godly things to attend to.
Freaking gods, they never have time for their children.
No. Well, I don't know how many games are actually like that, though. I've never actually married one in any of the games I played because, like I said, it's more effort than it's worth, really. Because it's just, you gotta...
And then your character would be so lonely, too, because they just would never be there.
Yeah, like, I believe you actually have to visit the Harvest Goddess, and I think in Tranquility, you have to visit where she lives to be able to do a wedding ceremony. Like, it's like you have to visit there and she can't leave. It's like ridiculous. I'm like, what the heck?
I would do it just to like see what it would be like in the game, like a playthrough of it. But like other than that, I don't think I would.
Yeah, maybe if it was a let's play, but not a personal playthrough. But then again, I don't think I would want to go through such backbreaking work for a let's play. To be honest.
Well, I would do that for just a personal playthrough, just like experimenting.
Yeah, that could make sense. I believe in Animal Parade, there's like an actual equivalent to for girl version. Like there's a entity called the Harvest King, which I think he's a god, kind of similar to the Harvest Goddess. But I've never actually played Animal Parade. I know it's got a very similar graphical style to this. Only the main character looks less derpy. And
less derpy.
Yeah, and but all the rest. The whole environment, the graphics are everything they're same. They're all from. It's not a sequel, but it's like another Wii Harvest Moon game, and it uses a very similar graphic, like near identical graphics is what I've seen. Recurring characters that have the same names, but they have different functions. They're not like this like, I don't know. I can't really think of it like an example. Because I haven't actually played Animal Parade, but. I definitely is one I would want to play, and I do know by the clamors in the comments that people want to see me let's play the Animal Parade.
I think your subscribers just want you to play all the Harvest Moon games. Oh, by the way, subscribers, what would happen when Rem finishes, like, let's say he does play like almost all the Harvest Moon games? What would you do after that?
That's
like,
good.
Would you just like stop watching and just be like, you know what, I'm done with this, bye?
Yeah, I'd probably either have to find a different franchise similar to Harvest Moon to play. Like, I'd have to find a way to creatively let's play Animal Crossing or something.
Well, you already have like a bajillion like let's plays up. It's just that nobody ever looked at them for some reason.
Yeah, hopefully the special will make them aware. But I'll probably end up being one of those
people.
Oh
yeah, I have to watch that.
I'll probably end up being one of the people to like let's play a new game of a series every time it comes out. Like I'll be one of those people because I run out of stuff. Like new Harvest Moon game, like everyone make him let's play it.
Oh god, yeah.
That would in a way be very impressive.
Would that be a good let's play? Because like how would that even work?
I really have no idea. It's like I feel like Animal Crossing is a little too unstructured to do a let's play of. Oh, and apparently by the way, this will be the last episode in fall. So just so you get viewers know, I guess the end of the episodes here, whenever we're doing post commentary, they always end awkwardly. But there's nothing I can do about it. So I'll do it for this episode of Let's Play Harvest Moon, the Tree of Tranquility. I thank Ember for joining me again. I thank you all for watching. I hope you join us next time.